Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another real weather forecast. And in today's forecast, we'll discuss the current conditions as a cold front is sliding across each central Florida, producing some scattered rainfall and not really any thunderstorm development as of now, as the instability is very limited. And of course, our nice dry air that will filter in right after, low humidity and cooler weather, as it'll stay relatively dry through the week. So right now, we do have a pretty solid line of rain starting to develop right along the front, pushly moving toward the northeast. And now these storms or these showers are moving very quickly, so it'll be a quick downpour or two with maybe some gusty winds in there. But as soon as that front exits the region, the winds will start to ramp up from the northwest. And right now the winds are very light across the area. As I'm looking out my window right now, and I'm located in Daytona, and right now it's very cloudy, not really wind at all. So I can tell the front is about to be approached to the area. So our winds will be switching from the southeast to the northwest. All right, now looking at the models for today, and here is the front that the GFS is showing. Right now it's situated in central Florida, and it'll actually exit the region, and high pressure will build right overhead of Florida for Easter weekend, and it's gonna be gorgeous here in Florida. As with this kind of overhead look, our winds will be very light and variable. And then maybe the sea breeze will try to develop in the afternoons, but it'll be very low humidity, no chance for rain, and sunny skies. And you can see that in the model here. If I look at the let's see, precip. Ah, there we go. 700 the upper level humidity. You can see how really dry that is. So here's the front, and all that brown, very dry air filtering in through the state, keeping our rain chances very limited, and sky is quite sunny. And with high pressure overhead like that, there's not even a chance for rain. And actually, you can see that in the sounding. If I go back, so here is Friday afternoon after the front exits the region, and you can, oh yeah, you can really see huge spread in temperature and dew point indicates very dry air overhead. And even at low levels, you can see we have a dew point of 46 degrees. That's pretty dry. While the temperatures are only reaching the 60s tomorrow. Now with the after that front does move through the area, our temperatures through the week is looking quite nice and refreshing. As into today, it will stay relatively warm, especially down south, as the front is still working its way down there. So that's where I expect most of the instability and storms to develop, if any get going. And you can really see the outline of the temperature difference from the front right here. And that's where the front's at, and it's slowly working its way down to the southeast, along with some scattered showers with it. Maybe some stronger storms down there, but nothing too severe. And we work our way through to the day, and then tonight we can see temperatures start to drop into the lower 50s, even some 40s coming in, and that will be true for the whole week. As let's see, the model is still updating, so I guess I'll use a NAM. So yes, our temperature is looking like the 50s tomorrow morning, and the high is only reaching to the 60s Friday, as we still have chillier, drier air above us to help it cool off much nicely. And even to Saturday morning, looking probably the chilliest of the week, with some 40s reaching down all the way, maybe up to Flagler, but relatively not that chilly. And then the Saturday in the afternoon will pretty much warm right back up into the mid to upper 70s. So it's not much of a cool down, but it's enough to become very dry and comfortable conditions or humidity go down. So looking at the bigger picture, what's going to be going on after the week after Easter. So, so far it's looking pretty dry out there, and that's the wrong model. Okay, so we do have our high pressure that'll be building in, but I'm seeing through early next week could be some severe weather action going on up here into the Midwest area, as we have a very strong deep trough digging into the southwest, ejecting little troughs ahead of it. And you can see very clearly, you can see there is a low right here trying to develop, and you got that strong wind shear above, which should indicate some severe weather developing. And here's the wind, the A50 height, and there's that low pressure system developing right here. You can see all that shear ahead of it in the Missouri, Arkansas, even lower Illinois area. And you can see that clearly here. The, the Storm Prediction Center did show a 15% chance of severe weather, and this is about what, 5 days out, and it's only 15% chance. But usually when this is this far out and they have 15% chance, that means there'll definitely be a severe weather, and they're very confident of when they put this forecast out. And even in day 6, it shifts more toward the east into the Tennessee, Kentucky area. So the model does show some good shear for the area. Now, if we look at the cape profiles, see there is some decent cape up there. By here's Oklahoma, Missouri area, and if I click on a sounding point, that's so. Looking at this model right here, here's by here's the Oklahoma, very far eastern Oklahoma, and you know there's decent amount of cape, but there is a capping inversion right here. I'm noticing, and also temperatures are chilly. So, but the thing that really stands out is this shear. It goes from about 15 knots to the surface to nearly 55 knots just up a couple thousand feet. So that's some very strong shear. And the Peawat's are very, so not enough moisture. Maybe, but that's not really the area we're looking at right now. Oh yeah, look at this. Here is Tuesday. So here's that other section right here, the other 15%. You can see the nice big spread of Cape, and I'll pinpoint over Kentucky. And yeah, definitely more mixed down on the surface, a little more Cape. And the only thing it's lacking is moisture. And the hodiographs up here, which is something tornadic, it's very straight. So maybe I'll expect more of, as of now, maybe more like linear convection in a line. So it's definitely one to watch for up here, for folks up here. So it looks like into Monday evening, it'll be more in this area, just general area here. I'll circle it for you guys. This general area, which would they pretty much have, the 15%, and then heading into the next day, be more over here toward, see if I can get it, be more toward over here. So keep an eye on that for any folks up there. And of course, there's been pretty good severe weather up here in Ohio area, up in Tennessee for this past year. We know some big storms are happening over there. So we'll keep looking over there for you guys. And for everyone in Florida, back to Florida, high pressure builds overhead, the front comes through, so the weekend looks gorgeous. Beautiful weekend. And then we do quickly warm up by Sunday, back in the 80s down there, South Florida. And then the high pressure scoots offshore, switching our winds more southeasterly, bringing in more warmer weather, maybe a little bit more moisture, but maybe just more of a cloud cover moisture than rain. And then the GFS shows another front approaching the area by Wednesday, cooling us off probably cooling us off. Not a lot. There's some 40s on the Panhandle, but of course that is far out. That's another week from now, and things can change. That's how it is. So here's Sunday. As you can see, it quickly warms up as the high pressure situates offshore and the flow becomes southerly, going over the Gulf, which the Gulf is very warm, so it warms up this area very nicely. And I can see why it's another thing with for that severe weather threat, as we have this Gulf moisture and the winds going right over it, feeling and adding moisture and warmth across this area. So any storm system that goes nearby and taps into this moisture, of course, that can definitely be a battleground with cold air coming in and warm air coming over here, and they clash together and cause big storms. That's usually how it goes, especially for this time of year. It's very common, and severe weather season should pick up exponentially in April and May. Now, March is usually a big weather season, but this year has been relatively slow, and there has been some very strong tornadoes, but it's been pretty slow for compared to other years. All right, and let's see. One last thing I got for you guys is I think that's all I got for you. So yep, that's all I got. So just rain will move through the work through the area today, advancing more south with all this becoming more scattered and broken down here as it weakens, but there could be a chance for a pop-up storm or two. And once this clears out, winds will get a little gusty from the northwest, cooler air rush in, high pressure builds over for the weekend, beautiful Easter weekend. And it should stay pretty dry through the week next week into our next cold front. Looks like might arrive in between Wednesday, cool us off again. So we're still in the cold front season. Not really seeing our trends of like 80-degree weathers for the rest of the year now. We're not there yet. Still seeing cold fronts. Now, I guess that groundhog was wrong of spring coming early. But technically it did because the pollen was very, very bad here, and it still is. So that's all I got for you guys. And remember, stay weather aware and see you in the next video. Thank you.